basically. It's a Chrome extension. But we're here in game 3! Ta-da! And it was Team Random Civilization, and we got Koreans. Oh boy, this could be a long one. In the red, we have Shmolagin. He has been struggling so far. He is down 2 games, but we are playing all 5. And in the blue, we have Kong. Kong is obviously playing as the Koreans as well. What is this map? Well, this map is Hideout. However, it does not have walls because these are the settings for the No Wall mod tournament coming up called No Wall Brawl. And if you're watching this on YouTube later, I have all the info, the settings, and the donation links below the stream. As well as my Twitch, which you should probably check out because Twitch chat's having a good time right now. If you're unfamiliar with Hideout, normally there's palisade walls, like this maybe. But no walls this time around. They are on opposite sides of this forest. And being Koreans, we could see late game. So big booms in order. Now, oftentimes on Hideout, at a higher level, you will see a drush here. It's not too bad to build a barracks here and send your militia around to try and, delay your opponent from collecting resources. Maybe we will see that here, but we'll pay attention to that. Sorry, I'm a little bit burpy because I just had this root beer drink. I just finished it off though, so maybe it won't be bad in a half hour or so. Oh gosh, someone just said penis map. It's kind of true. Oh jeez, Kong losing a villager to the boar. That's an awful start for him. But let's look at the maps briefly. There are deer close to the TC for Shmolagin. Honestly, on Hideout, I would lure every single one in. It only makes sense. Kong is sheep scouting and he's sending it this way? Oh, jeez. That's really kind of him. There's a gold here, there's a stone here. Obviously a lot of resources. I don't think players will be troubled too much, but I'm always happy to be wrong. How do you know how much you have to bet? The bets have been closed, but I will get you next game. I promise you that much, because there's more games coming up. These sheep. Protecting their brethren. But yeah, the board's going to make it in. Alright, so let's talk about Koreans a little bit. Like I said, I think Drush would be a nice idea. Normally, if it's a more open map, we would see a really messy, annoying game with towers and skirmishers and mangonels and... I mean, just because Koreans defend so well, in a 1v1, often you want to play it safe and defend yourself. You don't want to overinvest in an attack because they will push you right back that much stronger. So I think, provided we see a pretty campy feudal and castle age, we'll see a couple TCs and some mangonels. Would be a good idea to get a castle up here, maybe, just to secure that area. But I would not be surprised if we see Siege Onager this game. And, I mean, a variety of the strong Korean techs. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat because I know we have a lot of individuals here at the moment that are new. So, happy to have you here. Don't let the Norwegian win. Let's see, I'm missing anything else here? Drush on Hideout? Yeah, man. Drush on Hideout's a really good idea. I still think it's worth it. But then again, I'm comparing 2Ks to 1700. 1700s might not be able to balance their economy behind a Drush as well. I guess the question is, are they going to fast castle or are they going to go up and do something in the feudal age if they don't Drush? Because that Drush is not coming. Maybe it's because it'd be too long of a journey. If this is open, I mean, someone could go for a feudal age attack and maybe it would pay off. But I think both players are just going to fast castle here. Now, Kong is luring in the deer beautifully again. And Shmolagin has good deer, but he just can't seem to get him in, man. And sometimes the deer won't go in. It's just this weird, not glitch, but thing that happens in the game. So he's actually just going to mill them. But right now, the population's neck and neck. If you're new to the spectator overlay, you can see all this fancy info at the bottom left. You can see the vill count, the idols at the time, military, fish, and then kill death. Kong obviously lost that villager to the boar earlier, so he lost the villager, but He's actually even with Shmolagin, which means he's had some TC idle time. Now, you can also toggle, and you can see the amount of food and wood collected, and it does look like Cong is ahead with the food, which makes sense because of the deer. Otherwise, this is more for military, and that's always nice to see later on. And then, oh, this is the amount of resources they have right now, which is not really that important to focus on. But Shmolagin's going up now, which indicates a feudal attack, which is really odd. Now, if you look at Shmolagin's scouting, he can see this is open. But, I don't know, I felt like a drush and then getting to the castle age as fast as possible is the best move. Don't know what his plan is. Cong is scouting this side. House swung from Cong just in case he gets pressured on the left side later on, I guess. But he's fast castling for sure, no doubt about that. Oh, why did Shmolagin go up? I wish he would have these questionable decisions when I played him. Or maybe he's just going to try and fast castle early, but he didn't even build a mill out here on these deer. So he just collected them and ran back home. Kong's going to steal that sheep. I wonder if that was the one he had early on. Is he going to give it back? He's sending 4 villagers. If he's going forward to attack, this is really late. He should have had the villagers on the way, in my opinion. And Cong actually gave him the sheep. That's a nice guy. It would be an interesting fact. Cong sending his sheep accidentally to Shmolagin, Cong finding it later but not knowing it was originally his, and then giving it back to Shmolagin. And Cong is saying no wall mode. So he knows he can't wall this off. You could house wall this. A drush is a 3 militia drush with his civilization. You could go 5, but basically you make a couple militia, and you send them out across the map in the Dark Age, and then you just keep booming up your economy behind that while your opponent deals with the attack. But we're going to see a really late trush from Shmolagin. And guys, this is not going to be pretty, because look what Cong sees. He also knows that Shmolagin was up to the feudal age very early, so he has to expect this. Is he on stone yet? I'm thinking he should go to stone, just so he can make defensive towers. Shmolagin does have villagers on stone, but Shmolagin's going for the trush, and somebody just said, we don't see enough T90 tower, and so let's see some T90 towers. There's a tower now from Cong. Shmolagin is gonna be in a bad spot here, in my opinion. He might get his tower up, but Cong is gonna have a defensive one. This is far too much of an investment, in my opinion, but Redditch, with the investment with the resub. So what is that, 3 months? It says good day to you as well. I just don't understand the decision from Shmolagin. Like, why send 4 villagers forward? Cong has more eco now. Well, actually, he's getting a wheelbarrow, which is interesting. So maybe he's not fast castling. Who knows? I mean, in the end, there's 5 idols for Cong, 4 for Shmolagin, and also, Shmolagin's probably going to force a little bit more action from Cong here. Cong is not going to be up to the castle age now. I thought he was just going to fast castle, but he's not, and Shmolagin does have a safe economy back at home. So maybe I judged a little bit too harshly, and Cong sending all these villagers out here, probably he could just go out there and batter that down. But this could be kind of difficult for Cong. If he repairs this, check this out. 72 stone, 70 stone, he's repairing this. Trying to keep the villager alive as well. If he loses this tower, he can't build another one. So he definitely needs to take this out. And what is Shmolagin doing here? He's getting fletching. He wants to hold this area, but he's just running away. And ooh, 1 villager trapped! That was really nice from Cong. He's stopping the pathing with that villager. Now an archery range for Shmolagin. Cong doesn't see that. Where's his scout at the moment? Oh, I guess he lost it early on. I probably talked about that. Oh no, they were fighting up here, weren't they? Yeah, okay. So Cong doesn't have a scout to scout this. He expects it though, and he's building archery ranges. Another tower coming up from Shmolagin, I assume? Yep. I mean, all the while he's back at home, trying to build up his eco. Still not going to be as strong. Hey, he's very scared. He's building watchtowers. That's a really weird watchtower. It doesn't fully protect this stone or any of the others. It just protects, like, this area. But finally, Kong is going to stone. He should house wall this off. This is a no-wall mod. However, players can still house wall, which is more of an investment because you have to spend the wood to build the houses. That's what the Tower Rush does for you, though, guys. I mean, it really causes you to freak out. And I think Kong did. He has a lot of villagers on stone now, only 2 on gold. His economy's still looking okay, but you can tell he's not having fun. I hate towers. I am notorious for that. Well, the one thing I noticed, if Kong does click up to the castle age before Shmolagin, and he keeps this amount of villagers on stone and doesn't have to build any more towers, which is likely at this point, he can go for a castle and go war wagons. Now, castle drop isn't likely. He's not going to be able to walk a castle over here. But war wagons are going to be strong against archers, obviously. But it seems like he's changing his plan. He's actually going more to gold now, and only keeping 1 on stone because he knows this is walled off. But he's not thinking castle, he's thinking more crossbow. And the nice thing about no wall with Hideout is these archers could run right around and test this tower from Shmolagin. But what Shmolagin has done is he's held map control on the right side. If he can get to the castle age and get some mangonels out, that'd be strong. But you see another tower now going up for Kong. That will go up. These are only skirmishers attacking. Shmolagin actually garrisoning his tower just to be annoying. But I still don't think it's going to be enough here. That tower should go up. And you can also see these skirmishers going down to this tower, so a little bit of a waste. Shmolagin probably desperate now. That's what happens when you go feudal age so early. You idle that TC, you won't have as many villagers, and if your attack doesn't do damage, then you're gonna be stuck in the feudal age later on. He's trying to build up his eco, but he is gonna fight these archers at some point. What's the counter to war wagon? Well, it's kind of complicated. At the pro level, what you'll see is monks. Because in Korean War, you're not going all-out attack usually. Because, you know, you can build towers and mangonels in defense. So normally what you'll see is, you know, you're turtling up as Koreans, booming up as much as possible. If they're sending war wagons, you can make monks. And similar to what they'll do against conquistadors, I guess. But war wagons, they can be in trouble against monks. Monks have 9 range. War wagons have, what, 6? So, yeah, I do think that monks is the right choice if there's not a lot of war wagons. And it's hard to make a lot of war wagons in early Castle Age, so. Well, guess what, boys? We have a sneak. Here's Jeffrey. T90 Jeff. And he's probably going to go for a siege workshop on this side. And what a beautiful area for it, too. Look at this. 2 stones, gold, 3 stones, I'm sorry. I think Shmolagin's in trouble. He's just now clicked up to the Castle Age. And crossbows are in his base. And there's going to be arrows in that guy's face. He's done. Oh, he's alive! Ah! He did it, but that quick wall is not that successful. He's going to go for a tower here. Oh, Kong has gone back. I mean, tower defense, the name of the game with Koreans. But I'm surprised Kong went back. He could have actually gone in. And now he can't go in. That tower will go up. This might be good for Shmolagin. He might buy himself enough time. He's going to have to go defensive siege workshop first, though. What is Kong doing back at his base? No TC just yet. I'm guessing he'll go for a TC now because he has the wood and the stone for it. He has placed the siege workshop. Look at that. Yep, TC going up. Oh, rip. Rippity rip rip rip. I'm back! Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. So, stronger economy for sure for Kong. He's up 2 villagers and he's up a TC. Please refresh if you're having issues. It seems like I'm dropping for like a couple seconds and then I'm coming back. But it's funny, I see it on my OBS, and then right after, you guys are like, oh my gosh, our lives are over! And I'm like, oh jeez. These towers will be enough for Shmolagin, because he's going to get the free guard tower upgrade as Koreans right when he hits the castle lead. 2 towers over here as well, and here as well, so they come in pairs. So I think he can defend from this. That's a farm bug, by the way. That farm is actually seeded. So, well, one thing I didn't notice is that he has archers over here still. And he's close to taking down that house, but he will run into 2 town centers. He's going to place 2 of his own. And so far, I thought this was going to be a boomy game. It hasn't been that boomy, but I think it will be now as the towers are up. The siege workshops will be out. Kong might pressure on the left still, sending more crossbows. But there will be a defensive siege workshop for Shmolagin. He's going to need some mangonels fast, because he still doesn't have... Oh! Look at that Korean range. Look at that. He can actually see the siege workshop there. That's pretty cool. That's his point of view. So, not so sneaky from Kong. But the trouble is, we have 3 town centers for Shmolagin. He's trying to get the resources to build farms and villagers, and now defensive mangonel. Not going to be very easy for him to do that, and still there are crossbows around trying to harass. Crossbow upgrade did come in for Shmolagin. These towers do have some massive range, 8+2, so they'll help out against the mangonels as well. He's going for a university now as well. Is he still making crossbows? No, he's not. I don't know why he's going for a uni, because he doesn't have a lot of crossbows to get ballistics, but... who knows? Okay, so we got through this house, like I said, running into the TC. And this is a Korean War. I mean, this has been pretty exciting for Korean War. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. This is a bad decision. He's trying to run his crossbows in. And he lost all but... yeah, they're all dead. Jeez. Oh, Kong actually is battering rams, which is not something I expected. I expected like 2 or 3 mangonels, but he's going for 5 battering rams. So again, pretty exciting for a Korean War, because normally you just see a boom. And of course, Shmolagin doesn't know how many units are in there, but that's a huge investment to go 5 battering rams, 6 now. Shmolagin going for a second mangonel. But now he can see this! Oh geez, this is the worst feeling. He'll probably add another mangonel. Yep, there it is. But he only has 1 right now, and the towers will be useless. He needs to run away as fast as possible. Maybe even think about, I don't know, castle's not going to be worth it. Building another siege workshop on the back. Certainly, because this one will be focused down, I imagine. But Korean mangonels have 8 range, so they can kill these crossbows. Crossbows actually have... they don't have bodkin arrow for Kong, so even less range in attack. Will Shmolagin be able to defend? Now, this is an investment for Kong. If he loses this push, put a lot of resources into this, and like I said, Koreans are good at defending, so we're going to see how this goes. That 1 battering ram is being focused down. The tower will get focused down. We're going to have 3 mangonels, though. As long as Shmolagin pays attention to his mangonels, I think he's going to be able to push this away. There's no way you can fight 3 Korean mangonels unless you get some of your own. Or you could go knights, which is unorthodox as Koreans because they don't get a lot of upgrades later on, and pick off these mangonels. 1 knight to push all these mangonels back. Yeah, Kong is going for the knights. And look at the vill count now. Kong is only 3 villagers ahead. He has invested a lot of resources into this push. I like the fact he's going with some knights, though. He's actually going 2 stable. He's not messing around with the aggression here. Now, Shmolagin... let's see, he had stone... oh, okay, Shmolagin needs to fight this back. I forgot about this. He has all of his stones here and a gold. So ideally, he'd maybe have a castle up in defense, but... ooh, it's not going to be easy. Korean knights are certainly worth it for Kong, because he sees only mangonels for Shmolagin. No crossbows. And he knows that archer range for Shmolagin is forward, so... it would be difficult for Shmolagin to make more of them. But if Shmolagin can just turtle up and house wall to the edge of the map, maybe he'll be okay. Does he have any gold down here? Nope. Just that. It's pretty far away. Might need to fight this. This is gonna be a Castle Age fight. Shmolagin might cook up to Imp first, but he's gonna be fighting someone in the Castle Age. And honestly, this is a lot of villagers from Kong. Is he going for a castle drop? This is wonderful play. Look at this. He sees all the resources here, so he's gonna send villagers forward and just drop a castle right in the middle. He just needs a stone at the moment, and yeah, 3 villagers collecting that for him. Shmolagin, even though he's on the way to the Imperial Age, even though he will get those Imperial Age technologies, maybe not thinking enough about where his next gold pile will be. Because that's it for now. Oh, this castle's going forward as well. He is not messing around. No more Mangonels coming out for Shmolagin, but that castle's on the front now. Is that a bad decision from Kong? Because these are Korean Mangonels. They can range those villagers, and it's not like these knights can get in. I think that's an awful placement for it. If I'm Shmolagin, I attack the villagers or the crossbows. Get your T90 Rectimotes out because these crossbows are getting dangerously close. The battering ram's coming in. I mean, focus down the villagers, for goodness sake, Shmolagin. The battering rams just need to take out a house. What is going on here? Is this opened? It was opened. Now we see the repairs. Oh, the knights are in now. This castle's gonna go up. The knights have +2 defense. All these Mangonels will die, surely. Where's the MTC? No, that's the MTC again for Shmolagin. He could lose another MTC. Not like this. He lost one last game. What a huge push from Kong. Yeah, good point. He doesn't have Cong4Ever, but he's a castle right on top of Shmolagin, and he's killed the only form of defense, or he will now, these Mangonels. Really smart play from Kong. Denying all these resources. That's the MTC. It actually will... Oh, hold on. The battering rams are going for it? No. Okay, he's gonna get to Imp. But what will we have in Imp? Not much. Barely getting to Imp. So again, we see a theme here. You have to have some form of military in the Castle Age. You have to make sure your opponent isn't going aggressive like this, because even if you have the Imperial Age technology, you're not going to have any military there. At this point, we're going to see more units coming out from Kong, but he's going to be thinking about the Imperial Age, sorry. Because he can justify that now. He's done a lot of damage. He's 30 builds ahead. There's a war wagon. That's going to help out. Siege workshops for Shmolagin. It's obvious he wants to go with onagers, but the knights were a perfect choice, even being Korean knights. Just to focus down those onagers. And I think this is over now. I don't see Shmolagin coming back from this. And honestly, I was not expecting such strong play from Kong. If you look at the Boobly rating, Shmolagin is actually ahead. Though he did say my rating is a little bit inflated. But I thought that was just trying to save face here. This has been, well, 3 good games. But I don't see Shmolagin bringing this back. Maybe if he starts building economy down here as he loses the one at the top. But, oh geez, going for a castle here. This is what happens when you're in a bad position. You panic a bit. He's going for a castle. I think he'll get that up, but there's battering rams right there. I mean, the battering rams could go for the castle. Shmolagin's fighting the battering rams with villagers. That's how bad his life is at the moment. Ow! He doesn't have many working farms. He doesn't have many working lumberjacks and miners. He has 58 villagers with 19 idle right now, and more villagers will go down to these knights, I imagine. Saying that, he does have pikemen with defense upgrades, so he might go halberdier. But like, Shmolagin is selling resources just to get the gold for a trebuchet. He needs a little bit of gold so he can get a treb out. At this point, we're probably going to see Kong click up the Imp shortly. Okay, I'm wrong. He's still far away from it. Is he still going to push in the Castle Age? I would just, do as much damage as you have, or you can with the units you have. and fall back. But no! He's going for petards! Wow! That is something that I was not expecting. This whole push was unexpected, really. There's war wagons over here for Cong, so he's actually cutting off Shmolagin from running away, but the petards are going to come out. I was wondering where his food count went. I mean, he's going to need to make a bunch of them. He will have battering rams. I think he can take this castle down, and Shmolagin will still have little response to all this, but, you know, the towers, they do help out a little bit. Any mangonels. Villagers on the front repairing. I forget what it is, like 8 petards you need for a castle, 8 to 10 or something like that. Certainly with the battering rams it'll be enough. He's still making them. Full on castle age push, 40 extra villagers. Shmolagin's actually out here on gold. But he doesn't have any stone. Oops. He doesn't have any stone at the moment, so he can't build another defensive castle or anything. But he has pikemen in his castle, and he has trebuchets here. So again, if Cong loses these rams and these knights, that's a big waste of time. Oh, the petards! Peekaboo. They jumped out of the castle there for a moment. There's going to be 3 trebuchets. This castle's got to be a goner now. In case you didn't know, it's about 450 HP applied to a castle when a treb hits on the same height. So with 3 trebuchets now, and the number is getting lower and lower, I think Cong's gonna have to go for it now. So what I think he should do is put knights in front, then petards, so the knights are a bit of a meat shield, then crossbows behind to pick off these pikemen, because it's obvious that we're gonna see pikeman defense from Shmolagin. And now he's laughing. He's like, what? What? He should use his castle to attack these guys. We'll see if the castle goes up, or sorry, goes down, stays up. The petards made it, but repairs coming in desperately. Shmolagin does not have a lot of stone. But the crossbows are being focused down by the castle. The trebuchets are going down. There's so many battering rams here. What a mess! Buy some stone, Shmolagin. Buy stone. Buy stone. Okay, bought stone. He's repairing. Went down to 400. He's still repairing. The pikemen are killing the battering rams. All the crossbows are gone. He doesn't have a lot of pikemen here to kill these guys either. He's still repairing. I think Shmolagin has it. I think Shmolagin, not the game, but he will keep his castle up and kill all of these units. He just killed his own villager. Rest in peace. But yeah, wow, he actually defended this, which is just unreal. And Shmolagin saying petards are too underpowered. Cong's just clicking up the imp. He's like, I'm tired of this castle age push. And masonry and architecture was researched by Shmolagin, so if you're unaware of what that is, that gives extra HP to your buildings. So that helped. I don't know if it was in time or what. But still not a bad position for Cong. Once he hits imp, I'm guessing the score will go back into his favor. He still has a lot of map control and more villagers. He should stop making knights, that's for sure. But, you know, better position back at home for him. Eco has been cleaner. And he still has all of these resources here. So, say what you want, but that still is very good for Cong. He's sitting right on top of 4 piles of resources that Shmolagin needs. Actually, 5.
Team IT friends.
What's up, G.I. Joe? Thank you for the resub, man. Thanks to all the subs today. Well, these knights are not going to last much longer, but you know that Shmolagin's struggling for resources. He doesn't even have halberdier right now. So Cong probably going to continue with crossbows. He might research chemistry and go hand cannons, but he's still all over Shmolagin. So many archery ranges going up. Siege workshops. He doesn't see... I can't believe Cong doesn't see this gold. Look how many exposed villagers are here. Cong is probably worried about not being spotted. Halberdier coming in for Shmolagin, but it's still a pretty one-sided unit composition for him. He does have a Maginau or 2, but mainly just halbs. And hand cannons and crossbows will shred these halberdiers. Oh, we ripped again. I don't know what to do to fix that. Go back. Comcast. Oh, I think we did it. I think we did it. I think we did it. I'm watching the numbers on the other screen. Woo! We're back in the green. Okay. Sorry about that. Nice shots here with his Mangonel, but just look at the amount of resources Kong has. Okay, he does see the gold now. It's gonna be so hard for Shmolagin. I guess the ideal composition would be Halberdier and Onager for him, but he doesn't have the resources. 8 archery ranges here for Kong. A tower from Shmolagin. Shmolagin needs to push this area and get these resources back. Oh, geez, check this out. Okay, remember Kong had a mining camp here and there was gold? Well, his villagers are going to this because this is the next closest thing, and this one tower from Shmolagin. Gotta focus down a lot of these villagers, if not all of them. But this is the fight we want to focus on. Very important that Shmolagin stops Kong from getting hand cannon, or a lot of them, and the hand cannons are now coming out from Kong. But maybe bad that he doesn't have this locked down at the moment. Did build a tower. There's more towers going up from Shmolagin. If the trebuchets come out and focus down these ranges, Shmolagin's going to buy himself a little bit more time. He should go for the ranges. Oh, we are seeing bombard cannons from Kong as well. So he might go for the siege workshops. It looks like he's going for the ranges. But this one bombard cannon is going to be forced to come out. Because that siege workshop's going down and there's halberdiers there. 19 military for Kong. They're all in the ranges. There's the bombard cannon. That's going to be a huge waste of resources, though. There's another one in here. If I was Kong, I would stop producing out of the siege workshop there, but I don't know. Shmolagin's going to try and take this down, and there's 2 bombard cannons in here. You know, the longer this game goes on, it does look like Shmolagin is creeping his way back into this one. There are the bombard cannons, but there's Mangonels there, man. Is he gonna lose both of these? He is. The Treb with the final blow. But a lot of hand cannons still behind. This tower doing remarkably well against this Mangonel. Shmolagin is trying to clear this up. What he'd really like right now is a castle, I'm sure. Kong sending units around now. He should send more villagers and build on the left. But props to Shmolagin for doing so well. And now he's getting Onager. Onagers do remarkably well versus the hand cannons. And there are a decent amount of hand cannons from Kong. Tower's gone down now. And these ranges could go down as well. As Shmolagin's climbing back into this. Still 50 villagers down. But his technology might give him the time. He's creating more villagers. Creating more Mangonels, which will be Onagers. I'm really liking this one. Now, keep in mind, this is no wall mod. So, like, they can't wall off the right side or the left side unless it's with houses. This is why it's so hard to push Koreans. This is a pretty good example. Shmolagin has been behind ever since he did that feudal age push. But still, he was able to defend. And now, with the Korean range, he's gonna see the hand cannons coming around. That should be no surprise. He's sending an Onager. Or maybe he's not. Shmolagin has his resources back. And completely different technologies as well. Oh, jeez, this could be it. 9 range here. Oh, is he gonna micro these? Is he gonna micro these? Is this Viper? Headshot, nope. Oh man, you know what? He could have done it too. He still might be able to take this one out, but he lost half of his army, unfortunately. I think, nope, not gonna be pretty. Fire one more time, Shmolagin. A good split. He picked 2 off there. Of course, I always jinx people by saying this is Viper. I mean, as it stands, let's look at the resources collected. Look how much Kong has collected in comparison. The gold, the stone, the wood, the food, everything is higher. Which means if his military count isn't as high, that he wasted a lot of his resources on that push. Shmolagin, he's back in business here, man. He is back in business. He's taken out all the archery ranges, and he has a score lead now. This one's going on YouTube. Yeah, man, all the best content will go to YouTube, so yeah. Now, the problem with Korean Wars is that anything you would normally make to get to the base of onagers can be chewed out pretty easily. You're not going to go Korean Cavalier, so Cavalier or like Paladin would be good to get close to onagers. Light Cav and Hussar, worst in the game for Koreans, so you're just going to see a lot of the same things. But I'm guessing we are going to see the Siege Onager upgrade from Shmolagin. He could cut through the wood later on. In fact, he did build towers here earlier. I didn't touch on that. He could just cut through and attack Kong and catch him off guard. Halb Onager is just a great build here, because obviously the Onagers take out any ranged units like crossbows and hand cannons. The Halberdiers will protect against any units coming into the base of these Onagers. But do we have the upgrade coming in? Where is he putting all his resources? I don't know. But I would start collecting the relics if I were one of them. I'll remind you guys, if you want to see more games like this, there's a tournament that is open sign up right now. And also there is a way to donate to the tournament prize pool as well. It is a no wall brawl. Type !NWB if you want to hear or see more info on that. But I hope you're enjoying this. That monk was going for that relic, and Shmolagin is creating out of this archery range, being very annoying with that, killing the monk, and can maybe do some more damage as well. The penis will be cut in half soon. Oh, jeez. Woo woo woo. Honestly, Shmolagin needs to be careful about pushing in the middle, because if he cuts it open, then Kong can run through there as well. I don't think Shmolagin has an army composition that can push well right now. He needs to add in some ranged units, but he can definitely defend. They should be fighting for all the extra areas of the map, and you can see Kong is trying to get all of the relics for the late game. So he actually is going to lose his monk, I think. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Nah, it'll be fine, because he has the heal. I was like, how did this hand cannon not go down? It's like, he has the healing power of that monk. But it is interesting that Shmolagin is going for onagers, and then we have bombard cannons for Kong. You can have some insane range on these bombard cannons and onagers, but right now, it does look like Shmolagin has a lot more of what he wants, and he's building on the right-hand side. So he's going to go hand cannons, he's going to go Halb, and he's going to go onagers, which means we're going to see a lot of dead bodies and a lot of micro needed, because the siege is going to be the name of the game here. So how many relics for players right now? Shmolagin doesn't have any, and Kong still doesn't have any. But it looks like there's one right here, if Shmolagin wants it. There's another one there, so those should be his in my opinion now. There is one pretty much in Kong's base, but right next to these buildings that are being taken down. And, is that it? Is that all I see? Well, Kong just picked one up. I'm not sure where, but normally there'd be more than that. You can see the range of the bombard cannons helping out, taking out an onager, but ooh, he needs to be very careful with these units. He's getting a little bit too close, but wow, that was really nice micro from Kong to take out all of those using the war wagons. And Shmolagin being forced back. Now, Elite War Wagon would be a great choice, but it's so expensive. Only one castle for Kong and only one for Shmolagin at the moment. However, he definitely could go for more with that stone. Also, you could see bombard cannons as well. He's been 50 builds ahead for like 10 minutes. Yeah, but Shmolagin's resources are looking good, aren't they? Well, again, I'm not sure what he did with all his gold. He's probably creating units. But just because he got all these resources back, he's in a better position, I think, slightly. I mean, wow, Kong has 167 villas. That's way too much. But again, look at the resources collected. Kong is still well ahead. It's just that he's not doing anything with his units. But this might be it, actually. Take a look at this. We have bombard cannons from both players. Notice that it's 12 plus 1 for these bombard cannons. So, BBC, Micro, Gonna be really important. And wow, again, Shmolagin losing too. That's awful for him. These are so expensive. I was just saying how he put so much gold into that as well. And a good push coming on the right from Cong now. Meaningless push on the left from Shmolagin. He's losing villagers on this wood line. What is Shmolagin up to? Creating bombard cannons and... Okay, his hand cannons are behind here. I think he needs more military buildings though. He only has 4 barracks. Once that goes up... I'm sorry, 5, I can't count. And not many siege workshops. What does Cong have in the north? In the north is his old base. Actually, those might be idle units, to be honest. Oh man, that's just awful for Shmolagin there. You can see the power of the bombard cannons, but can he get some pickoffs? Cong lucky not to lose that one. Let's see, idle units? No, just houses. Also, I see champion being researched for Cong. He's going for the champion line. But again, you know, having to micro these must be a huge pain. 3 have gone down. Actually, this tower's 13 range, so that's been helping out. Look at that. Look at that tower. And Cong losing 4 bombard cannons. And, very important that they don't do that, but at this point, it's so difficult with so much going on. Like I said, these guys are good players, but they're not professional players. Enough to give us a good spectacle, but also enough to make mistakes. So, where are the champions at? On the right side. We have 1 relic for Cong, not even a monastery for Shmolagin at the moment. It does look like Cong has more resources now. Going up to 175 villagers has paid off. Is he creating more? Yeah, this is just one of those things. You always create villagers because it's habit, but you don't realize that you don't have space for military. Is it a mini rip or are we back? We back, boys? Okay. Alright. Certainly Cong using all of his resources, going for lead skirmisher and champion. That'd be a really nice move. If you can focus down the siege. I almost feel like having Hussar is worth it, just to get close to these, even though they suck. But this is kind of triggering me now. Cong has all these villagers. Oh, never mind. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. They had a family. Still, after deleting 20 pop, he doesn't have enough, in my opinion. So what is Shmolagin up to? I mean, he's back to defending some more. He hasn't collected the relics, which really annoys me. He's making bombard cannons, which he needs to be careful with. Notice how he has towers on all of his farms up here. He's collecting that gold. Why not go SO? That's a question I want an answer to. I mean, obviously it's very hard to micro all these units, and they're very expensive. If you go Siege Onager, you can get one big shot and that can change the game. Definitely need to see more hand cannons for Shmolagin now. I'm not sure where they are. He's building archery ranges, but notice his population has been at 120 for a very long time, having trouble with production. 1 TC even? Which isn't a big deal because 100 villagers with those resources is okay. If he doesn't have hand cannons fast, the champions are going to do a lot of damage. Just more from Cong here. Shmolagin does have the score lead though, which is crazy. And are you kidding me? Is another monk going to go down? How many monks have been sacrificed here? Apparently not. This guy's trying to figure out where to go. Cong's still massing units over here. And this is why like professionals hate Korean Wars, because there's always a defender's advantage in RTS games. So if you push forward like this and you lose your units and the other guy can push out, it's like, yeah, I don't want to commit and do that. This tower outranges my freaking bombard cannons. What is this? And Shmolagin benefiting from this. I mean, already he's picked up 1 bombard cannon, 2. He did lose 1 of his own. A champion's still going to be very hard to deal with. but he's just turtling up, man. Now, if that monk is going to make it back, what is this tower rush from Shmolagin down here? He's a ton of stones, so he could build a castle as well. He's going to try and raid, I guess. If that monk made it back, he's a hero. Oh, these hand cannons getting dangerously close to the bombard cannons. Shots. You're back there. Oh, man. Shmolagin should make onagers. Kong is sitting right next to his siege workshops. He took out Shmolagin's only TC. But that bombard cannon for Kong is exposed. Needs to be careful. Capped ram is a good choice. Very good choice. Okay, Shmolagin gonna be able to get some big shots now. 13 range is massive. The champions aren't even getting close. Oh, close enough to kill one bombard cannon. Maybe, maybe. Yep, they can do it. Was it worth it? Well, I still think so. Shmolagin's gaining ground. He does have... Or sorry, not Shmolagin. Kong is gaining ground. Does he have relics? Oops. 2 now. How long will stream be online? Well, it really depends. It really depends. Wow. Just look at the power of the bombard cannons and all the micro from Shmolagin as well. Not only did he kill all those hand cannons, but he killed that bombard cannon. It's so weird. If you look at the units killed, 293 units killed for Shmolagin. So he's doing a good job of killing units, but he can't seem to push himself. Or get the relics for whatever reason. Should be really important. And down here he's going to start a push as well. So we're going to see 2 battles. And Kong needs to be careful because a lot of his eco's down here. And he's going to have to send a lot of these villagers to wood soon because he needs to reseed farms. But like 2 towers can kill all of these hand cannons. This is a way to get really tired and frustrated when you're playing, you know? Because Kong was in a great position, couldn't deal with the Koreans' defensive advantage, I guess. He needs to switch it up. He's just throwing units to die. Creating them, losing them. Okay, let me see what Shmolagin can see with the relics. There's 1 there. Okay. That's not going to be a huge issue. He didn't get that one, so... I mean, Shmolagin should be behind, you would think. Does he have any gold at the moment? Well, he has 4 gold left. That's it. Okay, so I'll control group these armies. Lots and lots of hand cannons now for Shmolagin. Still, he's been at 130 pop all game. It's mind-blowing. Maybe think about making some hussars or skirms or even halves just to get some meat in front of your units. I heard Shmolagin collect that relic, which is really good, but... Man, Kong, what are you doing, bro? Okay, he's researching light cav, but... He's gonna need to hold a funeral for these units pretty soon. Champions against hand cannons, eh. Oh! Oh! Kind of a bad patrol from Shmolagin. Over here, Shmolagin's pushing in. I think Shmolagin's actually going to take this game. And if he takes the game, that'd be one of the best comebacks we've seen in a while. Because I thought he was out of it, guys. I did not imagine him getting to this point early on when that Castle Age push was coming in. Now, what Shmolagin should do is add Hussar himself. Because Hussar could be a pest. What's up, Juniper Leaf? Shmolagin should know that Hussars are going to be coming out. These are the worst Hussars in the game. Did virtually nothing there, but if he masses enough of them, maybe Kong can pick off those bombard cannons. Still a fight on the other side. It's going to take some time. Shmolagin doing pretty well. He's finally pushing for once in this game. Somebody asked if I do speed runs for AoE2. No, I do not. However, Sci-Fly and Marauder do, aka Dave. Towers from Shmolagin. Oh, this is such a smart move, guys. With all the tower upgrades and with ballistics, these towers will do a great job against everything. So maybe Shmolagin just needs to hold on this side and win the other side. Kinda seems like that's what he's planning on. I would be selling some of that food and wood to get some gold for it, because he's running out of resources. He doesn't even have elite skirmisher researched. Still a large amount of units on the right from Cong, and Cong might be able to push back now. Okay, in come the Hussars. There are Halbs here. Don't think the Hussars will last long, but did they kill a bombard cannon? Nope, there's still two there. Oh man, what would be so good now is to see towers all along the wood line from Shmolagin. Because that's where all the wood is, in the middle. So I had this army control group for Shmolagin. He didn't have any left when I went to go back. So one bombard cannon and some new units now to defend. But this army I have control grouped, and they're coming in fast. Cong still has a decent amount of gold, but Shmolagin's up to 160 pop now. Building towers, and I do not think Koreans can push towers at the base of it. I think now they need to go with some bombard cannons, and I don't think Cong can fight on both sides. What a great push from Shmolagin there, and he's still holding over here as well. This is amazing. It's going to be really difficult for Shmolagin to have the presence of mind to think about getting to these wood lines with towers, but man, if he did it... Like that wood line there he can't really access, but I'm sure it'll die soon. This wood line here, you could kill it. There should be some wood over here, right? Yeah, just a little bit of wood for Cong. I guess on the right he'd be fine. And Cong is playing this one, and he's probably looking at the score and thinking, yeah, this is over. But he's also looking at his population, and it's at 200, so population doesn't mean a lot. Or, I'm sorry, score doesn't mean a lot when you have population like that. He is sending units over. I love the tower push. Shmolagin's had all this stone for a long time. While Cong doesn't have that much stone, Shinixi, it is, Shmolagin. But, you know, just gonna throw these bombard cannons away. Make everybody cringe. Cong maybe regaining the right side a bit. It's been a huge battle, and they haven't really moved here at all. A couple buildings taken out maybe, a lot of units sacrificed, but neither has gained any ground there. I'm gonna turn the volume down, it's affecting my casting. Okay, sweet. So I want to see how much damage these towers are doing. That's a skirmisher, and the skirmisher is losing 3 HP every time it receives a hit. Pretty darn strong if you get 10 towers up. Barracks now for Shmolagin. Is that volume too low for you guys, or is it good? Just let me know. Relics, yeah, I'll touch on the relics again. One for Shmolagin, and I believe, well, now only one for Cong because he lost that monastery. So that should be Shmolagin. Should be Shmolagin's. Archery range is coming out for Cong. But notice that Cong is running out of wood. Notice he is running out of food. And he's not going to be able to create these units he needs to create to defend. So I think this push is just suffocating him. He lost all this farm space. I mean, this woodline he still has, luckily for him. And he is pushing it on the right. But I think Shmolagin can push that back with trash. Very messy battle, but this is what we expected. Cong is only at 180 population now, and that could drop. The Hussars haven't made an impact. I went to eat lunch and just came back. Is all the gold mined already? Yes, it is at this point. Yeah, only relics. 1 food for Cong. He's trying to add more villagers in. He's down to 100 though, guys. We remember how many he had before. Oh, halbrating on this wood line, which is not going to make it better. So if you're Cong, you need to push Shmolagin equally as hard, but with all these towers, I don't know how easy that's going to be. And of course, Shmolagin could make some onagers, or some light cav, which would be amazing here. It's full skirmisher, pretty much. Halberdier has not been upgraded by Cong, so keep that in mind. Hussars would actually kill everything here. But is it equal? I'm just looking at Kong's population versus Shmolagin's population. Cong actually has more, which is nuts. But his resources, not looking good. Shmolagin's rebooming on the left. What is this relics thing in chat? You get relics just by watching the stream, and then these guys place bets with their relics on the game. So it's a currency for my stream. Guys, I honestly don't know what to say about this. Such a close game still. Cong could definitely push to the right. Build farms over there, which he's already doing. It's such a messy game. Both players have idols. But this is a large military for Cong. And he's taken out that bombard cannon. He lost one of his own. He's slowly pushing. I mean, everything in this game has been slow and not decisive. But I can't tell who's going to win. Okay, I'm probably going to bump the sound up a little bit more, sorry. You can see it's so low, and yet it's so loud. So I have like 2 choices. Oh, that seems louder. I guess that's a better compromise. This might be the longest no walls game in the history of AOC. Well, I mean, you mix Koreans with Hideout, and I think this is kind of expected. I did say in the beginning. I remember when Viper and MBL got Koreans in Masters of Arena 3, they both said boo in the chat. They said, can we redo this? Which of course would not be allowed. So normally when there's no gold, guys, I think you have to go with Rams, Halbs, Skirmishers, and Light Cav. Because bombard cannons are far too expensive, and obviously they haven't done so much with these. So you can mass 5 to 6 Rams. The Rams not only will apply damage to buildings, but they're also a meat shield to help out in your fight. But these guys still going with bombard cannons, which is really expensive. I don't know why Shmolagin hasn't sold his food and wood, though. Just little by little, that'd be great. You can see Cong is selling some of his wood, and he doesn't have a lot right now. Just sell a little bit of that, Shmolagin. Get some gold. Collect this freaking relic. Let me just confirm. Cong has 1, so I guess there's only 3 relics on this map. That might just be the tournament setup. Oh, Shmolagin's pushing back now. And there's the GG from Cong. He's been completely suffocated, down to 100 population. What a messy game, but what a beautiful game too. At the same time, Shmolagin able to come back there, very surprising. I did not expect him to push back. What was it? 6, 7 Rams, Petards, Crossbows, Knights. But he did it, and he just played the way you should play with his civilization. Just defend, wait for your moment, and then slowly push out. It was not pretty. However, Cong wasted too many resources in that attack. And wow, that was great. That was great. Shmolagin says, GG, well played, you too. They're probably feeling it right now. But we will look at the achievements. The units killed tells the story. Shmolagin with 300 more units killed than lost. But that's pretty impressive if you look at how many resources Cong collected in comparison. Very well played from Shmolagin. Very well played. Cong as well, obviously. Very exciting the way he did that. But didn't work out for him, but he is still up 2-1. And